Hey everybody, BTG here in sunny Florida, as you can see behind me, and I'm rolling in our refresh Model Y Juniper right here because there are some absolute gems hidden in this car, and that's what we're going to cover today. Now, these are not the obvious ones like autopilot and dog mode. These are the underrated tricks that even veteran owners either don't realize they have or never really discover them. And today I'm demoing 11 of these hidden features right here on my car, including my own personal hacks for USB splitters, the hidden second sub-trunk in the back, and an inverter that actually works on Tesla's finicky low voltage system. You're gonna wanna try these out today, so make sure you stick around, check it out. Let's dive in right now. So kicking things off with a safety one that most owners completely overlook, and that is what to do in an emergency to open these back doors. If the power for some reason is cut, these buttons will not work. There's no power to actuate the door and open it for your rear passengers, and that's obviously a concern, but I'm gonna show you how this works because it's not quite as simple as it is in the front. So if you follow me now down here into the bottom pocket here of the Model Y, this is actually where that manual release is for the door, and this is the same location that it has always been. In the previous Model Y, it was also here, but as you can see, Tesla now has a nice indicator here of where exactly this is at. And there's a little bit of a lip here towards the front corner that we can pull this thing up completely. And when you pull this out, you'll see this yellow strap. And literally, just put your finger around the strap and pull to the front of the car, and that rear door will open. Just that simple. Now, obviously only do this in emergencies because if power is out, this rear window is not actually going to lower and it could damage the trim or the window. So you don't want to do this often, but this is exactly how you will open this rear door. Obviously, I'd recommend reviewing this with whoever sits back here, especially children, so that way they know what to do in case of an emergency.
Another really fun feature, if we go over here to our toy box, and then we go all the way over to our boom box, we can actually save a unique tone for how our vehicle locks. I've already downloaded a clip that I like off of Not a Tesla app, and on here they have a whole plethora of free downloadable sounds that you can put on your USB. First, plug in your USB drive that's in your glove box into your computer, and you're gonna go to Not a Tesla app or pull a WAV file from any sound that you like, and you're going to save it onto this USB drive. You're going to rename it to Lock Chime, and it has to be a capital L and a capital C. It's really important. And then just eject, plug it into your car, go to Boombox, select USB as what you want your lock sound to be, and then the next time your vehicle locks, that's the sound it'll make.
Another practical feature is being able to custom set what the height is going to be on this rear liftgate. So as I'm demonstrating here beneath a low tree head, this is what our custom height is set at. And previously, as you can see right now, this is one height for all. So this is actually set to our garage. So if you have yours already set something like your garage, first thing you need to do is remove all saved locations. So let's go into the menu here. We're going to scroll down to service, and we're going to remove all saved locations right here. And we don't want to lose our folded mirror locations because things like the car wash are already set and that won't change, but the trunk opening height, that's the one that we want to remove. So remove selected. Now let's go check out what the height is when I open the tailgate. It's going to open all the way up as if it were brand new. And as you can see, it's a lot higher. Now, this spot right here, as I told you, I put it right here underneath a low-hanging tree to give you an example. So all we got to do is set the height here to whatever we want, press and hold this button until you hear that chime. This location is now saved. So now, when I open this, it's going to open to my new saved location height. And then when I move, it's gonna open all the way like it's supposed to. Now you don't have to worry about bumping your head every time you go anywhere but your garage. Pretty nice. Now for this next one, this is probably my favorite tip, my favorite hack for your Juniper Model Y, and we're over here in the passenger seat because we need to get into the glove box. Now, if it wasn't bad enough, it's so hard to get back here to your Sentry mode thumb drive back here. And this is where obviously it's saving your Sentry mode clips, your dash cam clips, but also light shows and custom sounds that you might have. It's really hard to get in and out of there, but that's just one problem. The other problem I have is I like to do light shows, and there's constantly new USBs being handed out at events where these new custom light shows are put on. So we removed our thumb drive that was running our Sentry mode, reach in here and get that plugged in. But the problem is it's now 10 o'clock at night, and when I leave, I forget that this is what's in there and not the thumb drive that the car is saving everything to. So this is why this is an awesome hack. So what I've found after searching far and wide, I've tried a number of these splitters. This is one of the few that actually works to do this. I've got a three-way splitter, and the reason I have a three-way splitter is because I'm actually turning this one USB into 3 different functions. And in a car that only has 4 total USB plugs, this is kind of clutch. So now I've got my splitter plugged in, and I have 3 ends to it. Now, sometimes if you're lucky, they'll have in stock 2 USB-A's and 1 USB-C version, and that's what's in my Cybertruck. But now I'm able to have my dash cam plugged into one. I'm able to have my custom light show plugged into another, and then for my phone charger, I'm able to actually plug that in here as well. So my MagBack that's on my screen, that plugs in right here. Now I have to wait until the USB-C version is back in stock, so that way I don't have to use an adapter to go from USB-C to USB-A, but you get the idea. This thing is amazing. I never forget to put the regular thumb drive back in to make sure the Sentry mode is always able to save. And here's another one that safety conscious owners typically forget, and that's pin to drive. If we go over to the menu and we go to safety, we can actually scroll down and find pin to drive. When we press this, it gives us the ability to set a pin so that every time you try to put this vehicle in drive, it won't go until you enter that pin. You're gonna wanna do something super secure like 1, 2, 3, 4. That way people won't know it quite so easy. So now every time that I try to put this vehicle in drive, it's gonna ask for my pin before it lets me do anything. So if you're worried about people stealing your Model Y somehow, even with the various safety features already in place to prevent that from happening, pin to drive, where it's at. Another feature that I actually really like and I use a lot on my Cybertruck is the quick controls that we can use with the steering wheel scroll wheels right here. So this left button here, if you press and hold, I have it set to do something specific, and in my case it'll change the drive mode. By pressing and holding that, it pulls up the menu for me, and then I can quickly select a different mode. Now the nice thing is you can set this to be whatever you want it to be across a number of different options. It's much easier than a voice command or searching through the menu to do exactly what you're looking to do. Now there's a couple of things about this next one that make it really interesting, because it's not just a feature that you can see, but it actually turns out it's a better, more efficient way to do it, at least from power perspective. And when we're talking about Sentry mode, you can definitely see all of your Sentry mode clips right here in the car by going to the dash cam. Now, if you've ever done this, you see it takes a while to boot up and it takes a while to load everything. But did you know, instead of doing it right here, you can actually do it from the phone, and it does it much more efficiently than it does here in the car. Plus you can do it remotely, so you can be anywhere in the country and be able to load your Sentry mode footage right from your phone. Now, as you well know, the sub trunk is pretty obvious back here, and in this case I've got something in here that's pretty bulky, but this is a huge sub trunk, very deep. But did you know there's actually another sub-trunk? It shocks me every time I find out that people didn't know this, but just behind this one, there's actually a whole nother space that most people apparently just don't even know is there. It's a great place to put extra boxes, your charging cables. Up here I've got the shade for the roof glass for the summertime. It stays back here, and windshield cover as well. And it's just a nice shallow place to keep things that are separate from this deeper space right here. How cool is that? And now while we're back here in the trunk of the Model Y, I want to talk about the 12 volt that's back here. There's actually two in the car, one in the center console and then this one back here. But what you may come to discover is a painful truth that I had to find out myself, and that is a standard inverter will not work in a Model Y or Model 3. And the reason is when Tesla updated their low voltage system, they went with lithium, and lithium is not a standard 12 volt. It's actually a little bit higher. It's closer to 16 volts. And because of that, most inverters on the market are made for 12 to 14, 11 to 14. That's not enough. You actually need one that's specially made to handle up to 17 volts. And that's exactly what this one is here. So most inverters will not work. Only a select few, at least for now, are made on the market to be able to work in a Model Y and Model 3, so that when we turn this on, we now have awesome power. So you can run Starlink or whatever else it is that you want to run off of this low voltage outlet here in the back. Another one of these really cool, super useful tricks is you can actually share a location with your car, but not just entering in an address kind of thing here on the screen. But let's just say that you're out and about and your wife needs you to go somewhere. You have your map open and realize, well, the grocery store is right here. Rather than going into the car and entering all this information, you can actually just select Walmart right here on the map, send it to the Tesla app. What that does is it actually sends the address straight to your car and routes it for you automatically. It's actually really cool when you're out looking for restaurants and things like that. It's so easy to select the location, share, send it to the Tesla app. Really cool. Love this feature. One of the more practical features that actually makes the app more useful, and I actually use these buttons quite frequently, is you can actually customize the quick controls right here in the app. So say you're constantly turning the air on your way out to the car. This is a great place to have the vent, as you can see in mine. But if you want to make the car fart more frequently, you can actually move that command all the way to the top. Or if you're at an event and you guys are doing light shows, it's pretty easy to press and hold to move light shows right here to the top. So you can schedule your light shows right here on the app without getting in and out of your vehicle. Customizing the quick controls makes a lot of sense because you can do this to whatever makes the most sense for you. All right, and those are 11 features that owners tend to forget, whether it's hidden door latches or secondary sub-trunk compartments or inverters that actually work on Tesla's finicky 16 volt system. Let me know, are there any gems on your list that I didn't have today? I read every one of those comments. So if you learned something new, of course, hit that like button. It helps tremendously. And if you want to see more content just like this, be sure to subscribe. I thank you so much for joining us today, and I can't wait to catch you on the next one.